Welcome to Outflow. I'm so glad that you've taken the time to join us today. I am back in the studio with my favorite co-host. You've been gone for a couple weeks.
I have been, but I have really enjoyed our programs, our podcast.
Emily did a good job.
You need to go listen to her testimony.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Emily Reed was with us for the last couple of weeks, and we got some more guests coming in, but you're enjoying this, I think, because you come to me now and say, "Hey, can we do this?" And I'm trying to figure out why you look taller than me.
I am today too. That's funny.
Because you're not. You're definitely not taller than me.
I'm definitely not taller than you.
Because I'm like 6'3", and you're like what, 5'4"? 5'4". So
yeah, according to who you ask, 5'4".
So I'm like a foot taller than you, but it don't look like it there. Maybe my legs are just really, really long, and I didn't realize it. But anyway. It's like an optical illusion.
It is today.
Yeah, but that's okay. Most people listen anyway. Most people don't watch, they listen. We are going to be, we've had some pretty hard-hitting, so you have this really nice way of doing this because we have these really hard-hitting topics that we talk about, but you do it in a way to where it's like, like we talked about marriage and all the stuff you go through in marriage, and then we talked about fasting, and those are pretty intense subjects.
They're intense. They are.
But you came across to make everybody go, "Oh, that's so sweet. I've never thought of it like that." And today we're going to have another one of those.
Yeah.
Because this is one of those that I have dealt with, especially as a pastor. I deal with it, and it sounds bad because when I say this, it's going to sound like it's not that I have to deal with it, even though everybody deals with
everybody deals with it.
At some point, everybody has had to deal with this.
Yes.
But as a pastor, I have tried to work with people and counsel with people that this thing, boy, it was such a struggle for them, and it caused people to leave churches, leave ministries, leave families, leave spouses, because they didn't handle it right. We're going to be talking about, and you told me to make sure we did it right.
Yes.
You know, I said we were going to talk about something different, and you said, or in a different way, you said, let's keep it positive. So we're going to talk today about forgiveness.
The reason I said this is going to be really strange, but if you go and look in your concordance, in my concordance, I have a Thompson chain reference that I looked at. I looked up one of the words. Do you want to tell them what it was? You talked about forgiveness, right? You said forgiveness. Yeah. I looked up unforgiveness. It's not listed in there.
Not at all.
It may be listed. You know what? I don't know. But unforgiveness is not listed as one of their topics they talk about. Okay. You know the topics they talk about? Forgiveness is. Yeah. So that's really telling. And that's telling. Yeah. God's more concerned about concerned about our forgiving people than He is about other people's unforgiveness toward.
Yeah. And the bad thing is though that we don't compare notes. Like when we come in here, we just start talking. Yeah. And so I did my study, you did yours, so. We're going to see how close we can get with it. But I'm going to let you start.
You're going to let me start.
Because this was your idea. So let's see where we're going to go.
I guess the reason I wanted to talk about this, and I told you about this during Christmas, is because I am very concerned in our society today about the ability in society and what people are being actually encouraged to do, and that's cutting people off. They make me mad, I cut them off. You do this, I cut you off. And that is so detrimental to you and to your health and to your spiritual health. And if there is anything, I think that's why it just didn't hurt me. It was, well, I guess it did. It was just like this this nagging that I had. That's what's wrong in our society. I mean, you think about people don't have peace. Well, we've kicked out the Prince of Peace. what are we expecting? We are having anxiety and we are having depression, but we are telling people to cut people off. And if they did you wrong, cut them off. And it's so not what mental health people would tell you. And I'm not a mental health person. I'm not a psychologist or a psychologist, but I do read. And I do know that there are studies that talk about the physical and the emotional toll that unforgiveness takes on you. So when I talk about forgiveness, it's like the unforgiveness that if you don't forgive, the unforgiveness that you deal with, it's really not worth it. And so, that's why I wanted to talk about it. I hope that's okay.
You touched on something. It's interesting that this is, even though we are a biblically based Christian podcast.
Yes.
What we're talking about today is not just a Christian topic.
Right.
The Mayo Clinic.
Okay, good. You got some
it?
of these. No, but I got some of the other people.
I looked this up.
I've got John Hopkins and I've got the NIH. Go ahead. Let me hear what you found.
No, the Mayo Clinic just released an article on January 21st of this year.
Wow. Okay.
It talks about letting go of grudges and bitterness.
Wow.
Because it talks about all of the if you letting go. Here's what it says: letting go of grudges and bitterness can make way for greater well-being and peace of mind. Forgiveness can lead to healthier relationships, improved mental health, less anxiety, stress and hostility, fewer symptoms of depression, lower blood pressure,
yes,
a stronger immune system, improved heart health, and greater self-esteem. That's not from the Bible.
Right.
Those are doctors. Those are scientists.
Scientists who were saying this. And that's why when I begin to hear this topic of, let's see, what are some of the things we say now? Get them out of your life. They're toxic. Yeah. Why are they toxic? Because you No, it's not a new word, I don't think.
I just hear it a lot.
But we hear it a lot. And it's like, so anytime someone makes me mad, are they toxic now? Anybody who disagrees with me, are they toxic now? This toxic label that we label everything and everybody, we overuse it, and therefore it's like it gives us a right. We have the right to hold this grudge. We have a right to hold this unforgiveness. We have this right not to forgive. And in reality, we are killing ourselves. Yeah. We're killing ourselves. And Jesus himself is the one who taught us to forgive. But so does Mayo Clinic, and so does NIH, and so does John Hopkins. They also, let me show you what I found. The NIH said, if we forgive, it decreases anger, anxiety, depression. It increases self-esteem and hopefulness. If we don't forgive, we have chronic stress, long-term fight or flight issues, elevated cortisol, adrenaline that leads to high blood pressure, heart disease, and weakened immune systems. So all those things are what happen when we decide, you know what, we don't have to forgive. I got a piece of hair right there. It's killing me.
Just in time
Get
for
out
the
of my
close-up.
way. Yeah, just in time for a close-up. But it's
I
like,
forgive you.
You forgive me? I'm sorry. I am so sorry, but that was getting on my nerves. But John Hopkins said that if we do it, if we forgive, it improves cholesterol, it reduces pain. How many of us are walking around now? I'm not saying, I have to be careful. I am not a doctor, but could it be some of our chronic pain is because we're holding on, according to John Hopkins? It reduces our pain when we forgive. The levels of our anxiety, depression, and stress come down when we actively let go of negative feelings toward other people.
I read of another Stella Okyiri. I'm not going to say not a Christian. She may be, but she wrote there's an online magazine called Pulse Magazine that deals with health and emotional issues. And she said this, she said, unforgiveness and bitterness are more than just emotional burdens. They have profound physical effects on health.
Yeah.
And she lists 5 things that, 5 diseases that are linked to our emotional state: heart disease, mental health disorders, which that would make sense, digestive problems, immune dysfunction, and sleep apnea and insomnia. Insomnia, those things come from unforgiveness,
and bitterness. And
this is not the Christian say. This is science.
Science is saying
Medical
this.
science.
And again, I know I am not a doctor in any way, shape, or form, but I read, and they put information out there for us to read. That's why they give us pamphlets every time we go to the doctor, so we can read. So when I share this with you, I'm not sharing things and in some way of like, yes, I'm a doctor. No. Doctors actually say this. It's doctors who are sharing this information, and it just really became a burden to me during the holidays. How many if you go online or on TV and you're listening to different things, it talks about people and how they were stressing and how anxious they were and all these things because of the unforgiveness and the lack of forgiveness that we have in our society right now. And I think about the uptake of mental health issues, the absolute uptake of anxiety. And it's just like, could it be that our holding on to that hurt, that our holding on to that negative emotion that we have of unforgiveness has caused us, people are telling us, yeah, I'd do that. I wouldn't forgive them. I wouldn't do that. I'd just do what I want to do. No, because that causes us mental, physical, emotional stress. All these things you were talking about. That's crazy. Yeah, we were on the same page.
Okay.
That's what I did too. Sure. I was looking, I was saying, yes, sir. That's what I wanted to get at. It's killing us, guys. It's killing us.
Yeah, and it goes. The thing of it is, when we talk, this is multifaceted.
Oh yeah.
Because it's not just that I don't forgive somebody.
Right.
When I don't forgive them, that root of bitterness begins to grow. Bitterness is totally different from unforgiveness. It is an effect or an outcome of unforgiveness. I say it like this: bitterness is the aftertaste of unforgiveness.
Could it be that bitterness is the fruit of unforgiveness?
Yeah, and it's a bitter fruit.
It's a bitter fruit. It'll kill you.
Yeah.
Bitterness will kill you. Yeah.
And what ends up happening is we move from bitterness to absolute resentment.
Yeah.
And obsession. We become obsessed.
Yes.
with the offender.
Yeah.
And we become controlled by them. Somebody made the statement, you become the prisoner of the person you hate.
Wow. Yeah. I had one person I was reading that said, if we being unwilling to forgive is a prison we walk into willingly, locking the doors that keeps us in our past. It destroys us. And the Bible even literally says, when we're talking about this bitterness, that if we do not destroy the root of bitterness, it not only destroys us, but it affects everybody around us.
Oh, yeah.
It affects everything we touch when we walk in, when we fail to forgive, and when we walk in unforgiveness. The reason I was saying that about unforgiveness, like I did at the beginning, is because if we're not careful, we begin to say, yeah, unforgiveness. They are walking in unforgiveness toward, and we start putting everything on everybody else. And God says, no, I put forgiveness squarely on your shoulder. Yeah. Squarely forgiveness is up to you.
Yeah, it's a choice.
It's up to you, and it is a choice. It is a choice. I don't want to get ahead of us.
Let me go back to something you just said, because you mentioned how that it affects our entire families.
Yeah.
research, let's go back to science again.
Yeah.
Research shows that parents who have unresolved issues pass those on to their children.
Wow. Yeah.
The feuds and the hatreds of people and families who cling to that bitterness, they're evidence of transmitting that. You know, we've all heard of the Hatfields and McCoys.
Yeah.
And that's a perfect picture of what I'm talking about. You pass that offense. You pass that those attitudes, those words, those actions. You pass them to your children.
Yeah.
And even if they learn from their mistakes and they don't repeat them, they still have suffered because of your mistakes.
Wow.
And so there's really something to that unforgiveness doesn't just affect me.
It doesn't just affect me. It affects everyone around me, because you think about it. When you are bitter, you're angry. You're angry. You don't sleep at night. When you don't sleep at night, you're not productive. One person I was reading after said that you have nightmares, that unforgiveness will cause you nightmares. And I think about all these things that I keep hearing in our society, and I'm like, what are we doing to ourselves in our society? And my heart breaks. It breaks, because I know that there is an answer, and that answer is found in the Word of God. But we have to choose to want that answer, I guess, is where we're, man.
And again, it is a choice.
It is a choice.
The choice that I do not have to hate this person.
I don't have to. I can let it go. Yeah. I can let it go. I don't know where we want to go from here, but just
this
to
was
let
your
you
topic,
know. I know, but you're doing so good. I don't want to interrupt you. What else did you find about science? Because I am a science buff. I am not someone who, of course, studied in school all the different biology and everything. But my husband will tell you I am a researcher at heart. I research everything, and I know a lot. That don't sound right.
Well,
I have learned a lot from research. And so there are things that I don't know everything. I don't want that to come off like I know everything. I was just making the point, I love science. So if he's got something from science he would like to share, I'm ready to listen.
I'm not a scientist either. I think I did play one on TV.
I'm glad you did. I didn't. I told someone today I didn't. I'm not a doctor, and I didn't play one on TV.
Let me go back to that progression thing just a little bit more, because bitterness and unforgiveness, they like, it grows.
Oh yes.
You go from unforgiveness to bitterness to resentment.
Yeah.
And then that brings a depression and brings anxiety.
Yes.
And again, it begins to affect your health. Begins to bring a stress response that begins to release chemicals in your body. It triggers tension and muscle pain. It creates a chemical imbalance.
Wow.
Prolonged bitterness actually can alter brain chemistry.
Wow.
And can potentially lead to mental health disorders. There are chronic illnesses. There is evidence that the unresolved bitterness contributes to all kinds of health issues, even certain cancers.
Wow.
That are exacerbated because of unforgiveness and bitterness. And I think we have to take it serious.
I think we do too.
And that's just the physical effects.
Oh,
Maybe we should spend a lot of time, maybe at the end, or if we need to do another segment on it, talking about the fact that we've primarily dealt with the physical aspects.
Right.
There are some incredible spiritual aspects that are involved with this too.
Yes.
So I don't know where because this is your subject. So
I am following your lead though, because I think it's such a important subject that we talk about, especially with what I'm hearing around us today. You don't know how much my heart breaks And even to a point that I would say anytime I hear these buzzwords that I know are just simply unforgiveness dressed up.
Yeah.
Just unforgiveness in a disguise. It breaks my heart and it tears at me, and I just want to go and grab hold of people, and I want to say, don't hold on to it. Don't let it destroy you, because it will destroy you. And that was why it was so important to me. I was just like, please, let's just somehow just talk and just say, don't let unforgiveness rule you. You can live in forgiveness. You can be quick to forgive. You can be. So what is forgiveness? One thing I thought, what is forgiveness?
To be forgiving.
To be forgiving. I same way. I was like, what does it mean? I'm going to look it up. So I Googled my trusty Google dictionary. Forgiveness is stop feeling angry or resentful towards someone for an offense or flaw or mistake. You stop feeling angry or resentful towards someone for an offense, flaw, or mistake. It even can go as far as meaning cancel a debt.
Yeah. Yep.
Because there are times that you will look at a situation and say, I deserve this. But in fact, you have to make a choice to cancel that right.
Yeah.
And not to hold on to it.
Yeah.
To let it go.
Yeah.
Let it go.
Yeah.
So,
anyway. No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I got flip pages.
Okay. What if we do this? Why don't we let's spend the next few minutes just dealing with this from the physical aspect and a few of the implications, and then can we? Because I think we could spend a whole episode just talking about the Christian aspect of this.
Yes.
What the Bible says about it.
Yeah.
And I know critics might say, well, you should be doing that anyway because you're a Christian broadcast. I want to make sure we have time to do that because there's a lot. The Bible says a lot about this
forgiveness.
Subject. But
it does, guys.
but just from the standpoint of relationships, from the standpoint of we've talked about the physical aspects of unforgiveness, but just the physical aspects and the relational aspects. I've seen this destroy entire families.
Yes.
Who have made statements like, I'll never speak to her again.
Right.
I don't care if I ever see him again.
Right.
I don't care if, even to the point of, I've heard people say, I don't care if they die. I cannot imagine, and I've encountered people and talked to people and tried to counsel with people before, who are coming to terms with the fact that they've not seen their dad in 10 years.
Yeah.
And they don't care.
Yeah.
And they come to me saying, hey, what do I do? Because it don't bother me anymore that I don't see my dad anymore. I haven't seen my children and it don't even, I don't care because of what they did to me.
What they did to me.
And of course, divorce opens up so much of that. We've talked about our feelings toward that, but that opens up so much of pitting one another against each other. And, we can't be friends with everybody. And since you hurt her, I'm going to hold bitterness towards you and resentment toward you. I don't know. My favorite movie in the whole wide world is you know what it is. I've memorized the whole thing. Tombstone. I love Tombstone. Yes. And there's a
cowboy at heart. There's
one of these phrases in that movie where they're fighting. They've just been through this fight with Curly Bill in the river, and Wyatt and Doc have fought it out with the cowboys and all this stuff. And one of the guys, I don't remember the guy's name, I think Cactus Jack or something, asked Doc, why do you do this? Why do you put yourself through this? And Doc makes the statement Val Kilmer says, because Wyatt Earp is my friend, and the guy says to him, "Well, I got a lot of friends," and Doc Holliday says, "Well, I don't," and I kind of feel that way. So I have friends, but I don't have. I will never have enough.
Yeah.
I will never have enough family or friends that I can exclude somebody from my life.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to get to that place.
No.
And I've had people, people talk about church hurt all the time. Just take a little sidetrack here. People talk about church hurt. Well, I'm never going back to church because I got hurt. What I'd like to say to you is try being a pastor for a while because we get hurt too, but we have to stick it out. We have to make the choice. Well, I forgive you anyway.
Yeah.
And we have to move on with it. But I've heard people say, I'm never going back to church because the church hurt me. Well, you're living in unforgiveness. You're living in resentment.
Yeah.
And you need to get over it. You need to get past that.
Because all these things will begin to show up in your life at some point. One of the things that I found very strange was PTSD.
Yeah.
Some PTSD comes simply because of unforgiveness. I wish that I could go to I don't know what the term is now. We've got so many terms now. We got boomers, we got millennials, we got Xers, I don't know what else we have, but we have all these terms for I would like to go to every person who is on TikTok, who is listening to people who are telling you how you just need to get people out of your life and walk away and they're no good because of this, that, or the. Forgive people. Yeah. People are human. People make mistakes. Sometimes life is hard and we all are going to need forgiveness or need to give forgiveness. Every one of us. And if we choose just to walk in unforgiveness, our life is going to be a mess. It's going to be turmoil. It's going to constantly be like this fight or flight. Who am I going to fight today? Who am I going to fight with today? That's the story of my life. Who am I going to fight with today? It don't have to be that way. It really does not have to be that way. We do not have to live in what unforgiveness gives us. Fight or flight. We don't have to do that. We can live free, but it comes from forgiveness. Forgiveness. And you can choose to forgive. And we're going to talk about choosing to forgive.
Yeah. Yes. Because our society is just overwhelmed with, and it all goes back to this.
Yeah.
And I don't, you know me, I don't get political in here.
No.
I don't. No.
But
this whole thing of so much hatred in our country now.
Toward each other. Yeah.
And toward one man.
Yeah.
And I want to ask people, and again, I'm not political. I'm not trying to get political with it, but I want to look at all the people that just absolutely despise our president and say, why? What did he do to you? They don't hate him because of what he's done to them. They hate him because somebody told them they were supposed to hate him. And there's so much hatred. And it doesn't matter what he says. They hate the man. And it's not just that situation.
Oh, it's all of us. It's every one of us. It's not just him. It's others.
If you don't do things like I do, I hate you.
I hate you. And it's acceptable. And it's killing us as a nation.
Yeah.
It's killing you to live in unforgiveness. If there is anything that I guess that's why I want to talk about it so much. I just wanted to get on here and tell somebody, please forgive. And you can make the decision to forgive. I know that everybody tells you, you can't forgive that. You can't forgive that. You can't forgive that. my word for you today is if John Hopkins says you can forgive, I got one better than that. Jesus says we can forgive. He tells us to be forgiving one to another, so that means we can forgive. And we'll talk about that again, but don't accept the lie. You cannot forgive. You can forgive. You can let go of the negative feelings. You can release them. You can say, I release them, and let them go, and let them go, and not in a hateful way.
And if you can't do it because Jesus said it, do it because John Hopkins said it.
Do it because John Hopkins says it. I mean, the main one on the topic's Jesus, but hey, if NIH and John Hopkins and Mayo Clinic all join in and say, hey, you need to take care of this in your life, take care of it, guys. Please. Please.
How often have we referred to the song in situations like this, when somebody got upset, somebody got offended, somebody got bothered by something that was said or done, and our family does this. Let's just quote Elsa.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go. We've got to. And I am not in any way telling you it's easy. It's not. But if you want to live free, if you want to live at peace, if you want to live without all the consequences of unforgiveness, you've got to. You just simply have to. And you can. And you can do it quickly. You can do it quickly. See, one of our friends said one time, I want to live in forgiveness. I want to, what was it he said? I have a friend, and he made a statement one time about forgiveness and how that forgiveness is just a part of life. I just walk it out every day. I'm like, I'm going to forgive. I'm choosing to forgive. I'm not going to hold that. I refuse. I know I'm going to go home today, and voices come to my head and say, you can't forgive. And I'm just going to look and say, but Jesus said, I can, so I can.
Yeah.
In Jesus' name.
In fact, we'll go further than that in the next episode to say that Jesus said you have to.
You have to. Not just you can.
Not just you can. You don't have as a Christian.
We got to.
You don't have a choice.
No.
You have to forgive.
We have to forgive.
So, and we'll pick up on that
next
time, because we'll get started there, and there's a lot to talk about.
There's a lot. I guess you can tell it's one of my issues that I see bothering people. I mean, people walking in, and I know they could be free from it.
But not. Yeah, it's not an issue for you because you forgive everybody. In fact, I give you such a hard time sometimes because I want to look at you sometimes and say, just let me be mad at them for a little bit. just leave me alone, just for a minute. I need to be mad at them. I need to be upset for just a minute. And
then I try to say, okay, be mad for a minute, but then forgive them.
Yeah, got to let it go.
Let it go.
Got to let it go.
Yeah.
But we're going to pick up next time from a Christian perspective.
The Christian perspective, John Hopkins may have been a Christian person. So.
I don't know. I went to school with John Hopkins. He wasn't a Christian, but he wasn't a doctor either.
Okay.
But I don't know where he is. I hope he's a Christian now. I don't know. But anyway, but I hope you'll join us for the next episode where we're going to pick up where we left off, because this is such an important thing. It's vital in our relationships with one another that we walk in forgiveness.
Yes.
And make that a part of our lives. Thank you so much for joining us today for Outflow. It's always great when you join us, and it's always great to hear from you. So if you'd like to write us, if you'd like to comment, ask a question, or just let us know that you like what you're seeing or hearing, we'd love for you to write to us. Our email address is very simple, outflow@outflow.online. Again, that's outflow@outflow.online. We just love hearing from you.
Yes.
So we hope you'll let us know that you're there. Please hit that subscribe button on whatever platform you're watching or listening to the podcast. Please subscribe. That helps us. And if you want to leave a rating, that'd be great too. If you leave a good one, well, if you leave a bad one, it'll help us to fix whatever we need to fix. But we hope everybody likes it.
There you go.
And so please do that for us. Subscribe and hit that like button. That helps our what'd you call algorithm?
Algorithm.
Yeah, it helps our algorithm.
Whatever that is.
But I'm Alan King coming to you from the studios of River of Life Church in Valdez, North Carolina, along with my favorite co-host, my wife, Regina. See, I didn't even call you guest anymore. I'm just calling you co-host or host.
Co-host.
I guess we're co-host.
Yeah, co-host.
Yeah, we're both. Yeah, that's the way
I'll be
works.
a co-host.
Yeah,
Or I'll just be your secondary host.
I'm just glad you're here with me. I'm just trying to figure out how you all of a sudden got taller than me. But
I am too.
We'll figure that out. Until the next episode, get out there and be blessed. And while you're at it, be a blessing.